2002. He holds a master's degree in international human. He was a private legal practitioner in Kumasi. He joined the bench and started as a circuit court judge at Doma Ahinkro in 2010 and was elevated to the High Court in 2013, where he was posted to the Sunyani High Court in 2015, transferred to the Lands Court Tema before being transferred to the Lands Court 6 at the Law Court Complex in Accra 2018. In 2019, the president of our country appointed him as a technical assistant to the Gambia to help in their justice delivery. While in that country, our chairman had been appointed by the Chief Justice of the Gambia as one of the members of the 7-member committee tasked with the responsibility of reviving the alternative dispute resolution in the Gambia, comprising of judges from several African states. He's been appointed as a member of the Rules of Courts Standing Committee responsible for coming out with the rules for the guidance of the courts. Our chairman is also a born teacher and has taught at several institutions, including the University of Education, Winneba, Kumasi Campus, Central University, and Kumasi Polytechnic. In the media field, our chairman was a one-time general manager at King's Radio at Konongo. He's research-oriented and was once the legal research assistant in the famous Professor Jacqueline Noland Haley, to the famous Professor Jacqueline Noland Haley of the Fordham Law School, the current chair of the Education Committee of the New York Association's Dispute Resolution, and a former chair of the ADR section of the Association of American Law Schools. Our chair has also received extensive training in advanced legal research. He's the architect of the popular weekly articles usually circulated on various legal WhatsApp platforms dubbed Friday Legal Issues, and has written extensively on varied legal topics. Some of his articles can be read online on the Ghana Law Hub and Dennis Law. Our chair is a member of the Assemblies of God Church and serves on various positions in church, including the National Electoral Committee and the Constitutional Review Committee. Finally, our chair is monogamously married to Lydia Sapong, and they are blessed with 5 children. With a big round of applause, let's welcome our chair, His Lordship Justice Alexander Osei Tutu.
Distinguished invited guests, to support our chairman at the high table, may I respectfully invite the Chief of the Defense Staff, Vice Admiral Seth Amwama, to join our chairman for this afternoon's occasion. I also invite the special guests, our special guest speaker, who is in the person of Mr. Charles Boachi Nimako, to also join our chairman at the high table. We also invite Rear Admiral Ohini Kwapong, retired, to join our chairman at the high table. I would also like to invite Lieutenant General Augustine Peter Blay, former Chief of the Defense Staff, to also join our chairman at the high table. Thank you very much, sir. I will hand over to Kafui Day to continue with the rest of the program.
Thank you very much, Captain Akapo. We'll now hear the remarks from our chairman, His Lordship Justice Alexander Osei Tutu.
For the progress of the black man, of the black race. Guides for the black man's redemption. Written by a very good friend. of our encounter. A lot has really happened between us. And it is as if we knew ourselves from infancy. I came into contact with a writer in the Gambia in the year 2020 when he was on a peace mission. The circumstances in which we met tell it all and represent what the book we are here to learn today stands for. First, we both found ourselves in the Gambia because a sister country, that is fellow black people, needed our support in different endeavors. As I was also posted there by the President of the Republic on secondment as a technical assistant to assist in their tactic delivery. Second, we met during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, when the whole world was virtually confined to a lockdown. The author later confided in me that he nurtured the ideas contained in the book during this period. The lessons I personally gathered from our encounter and the COVID-19 experience were twofold. One, arguably within the worst times of our generation, an opportunity presented itself for the writer and I to meet so that we can graciously tap into each other's talents for our mutual benefit. And this support of one another by black people in a seemingly uncomfortable situation is the reason for our gathering here today. As I speak, my first book is on the way to the publishing press as a result of the tremendous motivation received from my good friend, Lieutenant Colonel Nimako. Two, that in the midst of hopelessness, despair, and disenchantment, we can still hear the silent voice of hope to our souls if we remain with I found that the writer is imbued with an amazing mind. He did not disappoint. His narrative skill was brilliant, and it is not surprising that the product of his work is being celebrated in a glamour fashion today. The book is endowed with great ideas, and once anybody takes it, it will be very difficult to put it down. Lieutenant Colonel Nimako is our vivid, well-picked-out episode in the life of many great black people whose contribution to humanity centuries and decades ago the world cannot afford to discountenance even today. The writing technique adopted by the author to convey his thoughts is diverting, to say the least. In a fascinating into his deep and invaluable research about the history of the black man, with his rich experience gathered across the globe during his extensive travel across the globe. The ease with which he identifies the numerous challenges confronting black people is outstanding. The solutions he propels to propel the black man to their rightful place is not only amazing, but incredibly ingenious. There is no doubt that the book is a fabulous one to read. And I'm privileged to witness the launching of the book, Steps for the Progress of the Black Man, Guide for Black Man's Redemption. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I recommend the book to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. At this juncture, I will request that we have a musical interlude.
Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África, oie, oie. Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África, oie, oie.
Moçambique, oie.
Oie, oie.
Tanzania, oie.
Oie, oie.
Rica Zâmbia, oie.
Oie, oie.
A Somália, oie.
Oie, oie. Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África, oie, oie. Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África, oie, oie, oie.
Guiné-Bissau, oie.
Oie, oie.
Guiné-Conakry, oie.
Oie, oie.
Rica Argélia, oie.
Oie, oie. Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África, oie, oie. Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África, oie, oie.
A Etiópia, oie.
Oie, oie.
Rica Líbia, oie.
Oie, oie.
A Nigéria, oie.
Oie, oie.
Mauritânia, oie.
Oie, oie. Sinto-me orgulhoso de ser africano. Meus antepassados todos nasceram aqui, filhos legítimos do mundo rainha. Minha África.
Senior officer in the Ghana Army. He was commissioned into the Ghana Army's Corps of Infantry on 5th September 2003. He has been deployed in various capacities since his commission, including an instructor at the Ghana Military Academy, aide-de-camp to the Chief of the Defense Staff, and also a staff officer at the Army headquarters, all in Accra. He has a huge experience in international peace support operations, especially in Africa having served in the Ivory Coast, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and severally in Liberia. In Congo, he served as the personal staff officer to the mission's Brazilian force commander, General Carlos Alberto dos Santos Cruz. At the time of writing this book, he had been deployed as the commander of Ghana's contingent and the chief operations officer of the ECOWAS mission in the Gambia, ECOMIG. Lieutenant Colonel Nimako attended the Enyinem Presbyterian Primary School for his elementary education. He then proceeded to the New Drabin Secondary Commercial School in Koforidua, where he obtained the General Certificate of Education, Ordinary and Advanced levels in 1992 and 1994, respectively. He holds a bachelor's education honors degree from the University of Cape Coast, 2 postgraduate diplomas, public administration and defense conflict management from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, a master's degree in international relations from the University of Ghana, and a law degree from the Central University, Accra. A bilingual, he has an advanced diploma in French from the Institut of Francais in Kinshasa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as a stand in French language from the French War College Language Center, Paris, France. The author has also read military courses in Ghana and several other countries. With a round of applause, may I respectfully invite the author in the person of Lieutenant Colonel Richard Danso Nimako for his remarks.
Thank you very much, Captain Akapu. The Ministers of State, Deputy Ministers of State, representatives of Ministers of State, District Chief Executives, members of the Diplomatic Corps, former Chief of the Defense Staff and Service Chiefs, the Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs, very senior military officers, high-profile government officials, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. Booker T. Washington, an African-American whose profile I have included in this book that we are here launching today, once advised his fellow African-Americans that they needed to do well in educating themselves, learning useful trades, and investing in their own businesses. Mr. Washington believed that instead of blacks embarking on regular agitations on the streets to demand recognition from the whites in America, it was rather hard work, economic progress, and merit that would prove to whites the value of blacks to the American economy. In my opinion, Mr. Washington's advice was not only good to the blacks in America at that time, but all blacks in the world even today, because we need to work harder for a bigger global respect. During a brief military course that I undertook in Australia in 2013, I found something very intriguing. I got to know that the Australian Defence Force, otherwise called ADF, had a policy of recruiting foreigners to join the ADF. Among the list of countries they preferred was South Africa. However, they preferred only the white South Africans, but blacks were not included. I realized straight away that there was something wrong. The question was, why nobody wants blacks? And the answer is simple. Blacks should work harder to merit acceptance. The solution for our rejection by other races does not lie in doing demonstrations, but working harder to let those who do not accept us eat humble pie, as Mr. Washington once advised his fellow blacks in America. Mr. Chairman, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, our weaknesses to us, because should someone from any other race do so, it would be deemed racist attack. It is for this reason that I have written this book to contribute in educating blacks on what we should do based on an extensive research and the experience from my various travels around the world. I am poised to helping African governments especially to bring their countries to the desired levels of success through the needed behavioral changes of their citizenry. The same thing and expect different results. At the appropriate time, I will find the means necessary to convince African governments to make national patriotism, which this book seeks to implant in blacks, a discipline to study at the college and university levels, using the book and other similar ones as recommended textbooks. This book was published by the Advent Press, Accra, whilst I was on a military course in the USA during the last quarter of 2021. I managed to get a few copies shipped to me whilst there for donations to few libraries and individuals. I was encouraged by the quest from Americans of all races to have more copies. I have no doubt, therefore, that the book is very good and worthy of reading by all people in the world. In future, I'll make the effort to translate it into French and Portuguese for our Francophone and Lusophone brothers and sisters to also get the opportunity to read it at their convenience. For those who will have copies, please do well to notify me of any observations through the email address at the back cover. Your observations will receive the necessary attention, and if possible, prompt me to come out with a second edition of the book. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Hello. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel Nimako, the author. Now, in case you're wondering what kind of book is being launched today, I'll just give you a sense of what the book is. I mean, our distinguished chairman gave you reasons why you should be reading the book. But I just want to give you a sense of what to expect in this book. Steps for the progress of the black race, guides for black man's redemption, black man's song. And I hope that at some point in time, that song will be played. But there are 7 chapters to this book: brief history and characteristics of the black race, current disposition of blacks in the world, chapter 2. Chapter 3 is why are blacks making less progress. Chapter 4, what blacks should do to progress. Chapter 5, some notable achievements in inventions by blacks in Africa. Chapter 6, some notable inventions and achievements by black Americans. And finally, chapter 7, biographies of some prominent blacks around the world. I was surprised by some of them, and I hope you are as pleasantly surprised as I was. But this book talks about black history and traces it to when blacks were successful. The author shows how the current difficult condition of black people in the world is surmountable if they will do the right thing. Now, that right thing is that we change our behavior for the better. And the author believes that everybody's condition in which they find themselves can be changed if the necessary conduct is applied. The book encourages black people not to give up the quest to make their conditions better. The narrative concludes with the biographies, inventions, and achievements of some prominent black people across the ages of time. It's a book that you really want to read, and you can't put it down, as the chairman told us. We'll take a spot of music, and then I'll come back to introduce our guest speaker for today's launch. Once again, thank you for coming to the book launch. We'll take a bit of music right now.
Setaba, the Homoli Felile, Ukelele, Fedile, Libo Papa, Matore to the Pasa, Ukelele, Sitimela, Sibaten, Afeleti Johane, Ukelele, Basimani, Basitana, Bachavile Soweto, Ukelele, Masiali, Basat, Aseti Bali Bamwe, Ukelele, Tanglibane, Matata Africa, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele, Musuguku, no Mama Kanyana, Ukelele, Silubut, Sebenzeli Sita, Ukelele, Idosi Lifu In, Masibuyele Makaya, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele. Lupelile, Ukelele, Abatotine, Simpipisi, Yakataza, Ukelele, Musumu Matota, Letaba, Yase, Ukelele Mama, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele, Iyo, Siyelele Mama, Ukelele.
Thank you very much. Maybe you see I could see from the corner of my eye the tapping hands of our members of the high table who always play music from South Africa. And now for our guest speaker, who is currently Director of Africa Initiatives for Safe Water
Network, a US-based NGO with offices in Accra, New York, and New Delhi. Our guest speaker works with major corporate bodies and foundations to bring safe and affordable water to communities using a market-based approach. Before setting up the Safe Water Network Accra office 11 years ago, our guest speaker was the managing director of Pepsi Cola Ghana for over 8 years. Prior to relocating to Ghana to head the country's operations, our guest speaker served in several management roles with Pepsi Cola International in the USA, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Angola. In his previous professional roles, he worked as a management consultant with McKinsey & Company in Johannesburg and London. He also worked as a staff accountant with Coopers & Lybrand, now Price Waterhouse Coopers in Los Angeles. Our guest speaker graduated in economics and accounting from Claremont McKenna College in California and obtained an MBA from Stanford University's Graduate School of Business. He's a certified public accountant and is a current member of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Our guest speaker had his secondary school education at Opokuwari School in Kumasi. He and his wife, Julie, are Christians and lovers of foreign affairs and world news. Currently, he serves on the boards of the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, Switchback Road Developers Limited, Beverage Investments Ghana Limited, and Beverly Ranch Estate Developers. With a big round of applause, let's welcome our guest speaker, who will also launch the book for us, Mr. Charles Boakye Nimako. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. Mr. Chairman, okay. Mr. Chair, that's my copy. Invited, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. say that I'm very honored to help launch the book, Nimako. That he was writing a book. I was expecting to see a book on military tactics, peacekeeping, foreign affairs, that. When he shared a copy of the book with me, and I went through it, looked at the depth of analysis and the historical context that is put in the book, I really realized that we indeed do have a wealth of talent within our country, and most especially within our security services. So ladies and gentlemen, let me join me with a round of applause to Colonel Nimako, who I think has done a wonderful job of putting this book together. Indeed, the chairman has been summarizing the book and some of the has also gone through several chapters of the book with us. And of course, the author himself has given us the motivation and the reason behind why he put together the book. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when I went through this book, I took three key aspects out of the book. First of all, the historical context underlying the book. And secondly, the example of contemporary life who have achieved significant feats in their lifetime or achieved significant feats in their lifetime. And the third piece was more sort of engaging with us to be with the self-confidence that we Black can be with. In fact, when I look at the historical aspect of the Black nation, starting from the days of Moses, and the leadership that went into it, the Egyptian, you look at the Egyptian empire, the leadership that Black played within that empire. You look at the Ghana Empire, the Songhai Empire, and the empires of old. And you look at some of the mathematical formulas that we use today. The business acumen of some of the traders of old. The leadership skills of our past military leaders achieved. The empire, traditional leaders. You can see that Africans are traditionally, and I'm talking about Africans in the context of the Black race, we have traditionally have leadership traits that have helped us sort of navigate the path and into the present. So the question that most people may ask is, then what happened? What gave rise to the situation where Black became sort of like second-class citizens around the world? I'll give a personal example, or an example of when I went to school in the U.S. in the early 1980s. In fact, I think there was even though there was racism and there was discrimination and everything, there was an underlying acceptance of the role of Black within the society. People did not complain a lot, and a lot of injustice went unanswered or uninvestigated. We fast forward to the death of George Floyd. I think most of us here are familiar with the case of George Floyd, and the author indeed does mention it in his book. And the rise of the Black Lives Movement, which the author also mentions it in his book. So we look at all these events, and then we see that there's been some societal injustice, but we Black do not allow those injustices to manifest in our lives or in our contemporary life. That is why I'm very happy to be associated with this book and the work that Lieutenant General Nimako. Mr. Chairman, one aspect of the book that I also enjoyed very much was the examples of the achievers and the contemporary Black achievers. And at the end of it all, I think what I learned from the book is the need to move around with self-confidence as Black people. And I think the Colonel has done a good job of calling us to action for us to lead as confident black people capable of, as people say, managing our own affairs and capable of achieving higher laurels in life. As I mentioned earlier, the chairman, the author, and the MC has given us excerpts of the book. I wouldn't want to go into too much detail. All I can say is that I'm certain everybody here, most people here, would at least buy one copy for their library and use it as a reference book, as a book to guide us, and as a book to share with our friends. I have enjoyed reading it, and I trust that you'll also do likewise. I thank you all for your attention, and with that, with these few words, I have the honorary pleasure of launching the book entitled Steps for the Progress of the Black Race, Guide for Black Man's Redemption. Ladies and gentlemen, the book is now duly launched.
Thank you very much. Thank you, special guest of honor, Mr. Charles Boachi Nimako. And now I would like to invite the author with our special guest to descend for us to unveil the books as well. So I invite the members on the high table to just step down with us. We'll descend to where the unveiling of steps for the progress of the black race will be done, and then the auction will proceed after that. Bring it forward a bit. Bring it forward. Forward. Yeah. Yes. 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 Just move this away from here. They come to unveil this. So please, we want you to come with your guests to help us unveil this. And yes. So call them, call them. They have to go and unveil that. Or they don't unveil that. Thank you very much, our distinguished guests. You may resume your seats. Okay. All right. Kindly take your seats and we will begin. Music. Yes, a big round of applause. The book is launched. The book is launched. Thanks to all our guests for making this happen. And so the books are launched and unveiled. There we have the books. So I have a bit of music in the background while I do the book launch. And at some point in time, please play me Black Man's Redemption. It's all about this particular book. That's the message in this book. So Steps for the Progress of the Black Race is duly launched. And it's my honor to do the auction. So with your kind permission, Mr. Chairman, I want to proceed with the auction. Thank you very much. Can the music come down a little bit? Just a little bit. A little bit down. Thank you. All right, so we are now in the time that we do the... Can we have the music down a little bit? A little bit down. Lower the volume for me, please, music. Thank you. All right, so with my options, we have 3 simple rules. And I want to share the rules with you before we start telling the book. First rule is if you're not buying, you are clapping. Which means buys, you clap. So if you're not buying, but somebody is buying, you clap. So imagine I bought the first copy. I I want to hear some clapping from you, please. Thank you. Wonderful. Fantastic. Now, the second rule is that if you raise your hand above a certain level, I'll assume that you want to buy the book. I'm very sensitive to buying signals as a salesman. The people who taught me how to do this work are the people who have to rely on sales. Otherwise, they don't eat. Who am I talking about? The hawkers in the streets, in traffic. They are very sensitive to eye movements. You know, you are driving your car and you are looking straight, but your eye just moves to the right or the left, and before you know, they are at your window. Yes? What do you want to buy? So I'm very sensitive. If you decide that you want to arrange your beret or do your hairstyle, this is not the time. I'll assume that you want to buy. I'll come up to you. But don't worry. Anonymous sales are allowed. You don't have to reveal your identity if you want to buy the books. And we'll be buying multiple books. I'll explain to you very shortly. But we want as many people as possible to buy the books. So I'm going to be giving away multiple copies of the books. You're not going to give us big money and I'll just give you one book. I'll give you multiple, 10, 20, maybe even. Okay? So that's the second rule. I'm very sensitive to buying signals. The third and final rule is about betrayal. In my auctions, betrayal is allowed. What do I mean by betrayal? If you know that somebody on your left or right can buy the book, but the person is not coming forward, you can just point. So this man, this lady, and I'll come there, and then we'll do our negotiations. It's a fun thing. We'll be out of here in about 20 minutes. I'll be done. Okay? No pressure. We're just supporting the author to make sure that the message of this book goes as far as possible. As far as possible. And for those of you who buy, the first 30 who buy, you'll get some extra bonuses. There are some goodies that will add to the books that we are selling. Okay? So with that, my 3 rules. If you're not buying, you are clapping. Number 1. Number 2, be wary of hand movements. I remember I was on television once, and on television, if you scratch any part of your body, people will start thinking that maybe you didn't take your bath. So if your nose is itching you and you are interviewing Professor Ajimandu, I know you just keep it in. So same thing. Please keep any edges to yourself. Don't express yourself, but I'll think that you want to buy. And third, betrayal is allowed. With that, and with the permission of the chair, I'd like to begin the auction with a good figure. Good figure. I'm looking for somebody to support, and you don't have to buy it by yourself. You can come together and buy these books to support the author, to spread the message. I'm looking for a first bid of 20,000 CDs, and I'll give you not one book, not 10, not 20. I think I'll give you 30 books. 30 books at 20,000. So you can keep one and then give people their New Year gifts. People are talking about Christmas gifts even at this time. You can give them a book to go and read. All right? So buy the books for your old school, buy the book for your organization, buy the book for your family members. They need to know that there are steps for the progress of the black race and there are guides for black man's redemption. It's a very inspiring book. I finished reading it and it's now in the hands of my children. And they'll read it and they'll give me book summaries. So I know exactly that they have read the book. So I'm looking for an initial offer of 20,000 CDs. And you know what? I'll even step it out. I'll give you 40 copies of the book. So you can keep one and then just distribute it to the people who are around in your office, your old school, secondary school, old university, your church group. 20,000 CD offer. Can I have the Africa now? The music can flow now, but not too loud so that I can talk and they can hear me. All right? The reason why we have music when we are selling is that if you go to these supermarkets, you hear them playing music. And I always ask, I went to Kuala, I said, why do you play music while we are buying vegetables and bread? They say people buy more when they play the music. And that's what I want to happen. So please give us some music in the background while I am talking. And I know that in the first 5 minutes, you are just like the Black Stars. You don't really warm up until some time in the game. You know how we are, Ghana. We go to a competition. First game, we may not even win. Like what happened on Monday. And then the second game, we suddenly get up and realize that, hey, Charlie, we have to win and we have to beat Gabon so that we can proceed and go and beat the next team and go to the next round. So in Ghana, everything is calm. We are relaxed. So I'm not too worried at all. But I know we'll support Lieutenant Colonel Nimako because this is a great book. And you can come together. 10 of you can come together, pledge 2,000 CDs each, and that's 20,000. I'll give you 40 copies of the books, and you can all have four each. Yeah, keep one for yourself and give the rest to other people. All right, so I'm looking for the first 20,000 CDs, 40 of the books. We have enough books, eh? Enough books. All right. So just raise your hand if you want me to come over and deal with. And if there's any action happening behind me, please let me know, okay? Yeah, let me know and I'll go back there and see to them. Thank you so much. First offer for 20,000 CDs, 40 copies of the book. I'll be happy to give. And we are taking checks, we are taking pledges, we are taking cash. I'll give you the check name shortly. So we're giving you multiple copies of the books. We have souvenirs that you will enjoy. You'll remember this day. All right? So I'm waiting for, I have about 15 minutes more. For my first offer, 20,000. Supporting, if you are a friend, if you are a friend of the author, if you went to school with him, if you work with him, capacity, you went to his church, you go to his church, we're looking for you to support us to spread this message all around the country. Any 20,000 in the house? If there's no 20,000, I'll step it down. I'm a very reasonable person. Yeah, let's step it down. If I cannot get 20s. By the way, if I come down and you want to go up, problem. All right? I'm flexible. Do we have any 10,000s in the house? 10,000 offer. Is there 10,000 offer? Oh, hold on. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Fantastic. Defense intelligence, 10,000 CDs. If you're not buying, you are clapping. Please give them 20 copies. All right, we are doing some small protocol. It's not only COVID that has protocols. There are military protocols too. All right. Thank you. The music is working. The music is working. We are selling. All right. All right, sir. Yes, sir. Admiral Amwama, 10,000 CDs. You're not buying, you're clapping. Please give him his 20 copies. And then Chief Defense. So we've sold, so far we've made 20,000. Thank you so much. Yes. Fantastic. Ghana Navy, 10,000. Give them 20 copies. That's the Chief of the Naval Staff here represented. Good afternoon, sir. You're here. So Ghana Navy, 10,000. Thank you. Oh, did I clap in Ghana Navy, 10,000? Yeah, that's it. We raised 30,000. Yes, I told you we are like the Black Stars. We are quiet, we are watching you, and then we'll score. So it's good. Yes, by the way, we are winning tomorrow. Whether you believe it or not, we are winning. All right. So we've made 30,000. Let's try and get to 100. Yes, this is an A-star book. Offers from 10,000 there. Any more offers here? Just raise your hands. We are giving you multiple books, so don't worry. I won't just give you one book. You buy, I'll give you more. So you can share. The whole idea is to make sure that people can read this book. We want to disprove the theory that black people don't read. They say if you want to hide something from black people, put it in a book. They lie. All right. I've just been told that there are giants here and we should challenge them. So I'm going to be your David, but I won't slay you. I just want the giants to support, anonymously or otherwise. This is a great effort. And as the chairman, the guest speaker said, he was surprised that the author did not write a book on international affairs, peacekeeping, but he wrote a book that will go even further, affecting the minds and ideas of the next generation. When I told my children that Captain Sankara actually rewrote the anthem of his country, Burkina Faso, where I was born, they were shocked. So wow, president plays guitar, writes the anthem, and that information is just one of the nuggets in this book. It's a fantastic book, all right? So we are at where? 30,000 right now, is that correct? We've got 3, yes. Any more 10,000s in the house? Any more 10,000s in the house? If there are any more 10,000s in the house, let's do some 5,000s, okay? Let's do some 5,000s. Oh, I think I like this man a lot. Anyone comes here, there's money. Major General Andor, Chief of Staff at the General Andor. Major General Andor, Chief of Staff at the General Headquarters, pledging 5,000 CDs for 10 copies of this book. Congratulations. If you're not buying, you're clapping. He must hear that you clap for him. Thank you very much. We've got some 5,000. We are 35,000. Let's get to 100. Come on, let's get to 100. Wait, hold on. Yes, sir. Hello. Somebody raise his hand. Thank you. Boss, can I come through? The African song is working. Chief of Army Staff, 5,000 CDs. If you're not buying, you're clapping. We had 40,000. Doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well. Please feel free to overrule me. Yes, sir. Okay. There's an offer here. Can we come and collect the cash? It's on behalf of the Honorable Minister for Lands, Roads and Highways, Kweku Amuako Ata, 5,000 CDs. Okay, so we had 45. Is that correct? 45,000. There's a reason why the MC doesn't take cash physically. I'll tell you very soon. Thank you.
Major General, this Commandant Mass.
Major General.
Awiti Commandant Mass.
Okay.
Commandant British Academy and James. 3,000.
Major General Awiti Commandant Mats, 3,000 CDs. Let's give him enough books. So we had 48,000, and we have from the chairman. This is not the chairman. This is the guest of honor with a contribution of 5,000 Ghana CDs. Given this, please. We had 53,000 CDs. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100. All right, so we had 50,000. We're doing very well. Great audience. All right, there's a hand up. Feel free to just get my attention. We need to get to 100. Fast. Yes, sir. Hello.
HR Boachi Ventures, 5,000.
Fantastic. HR Boachi Ventures, 5,000. Please give them 10 books. HR Boachi Ventures. Do we have my people here? Please, let's take care of HR Boachi Ventures. He's wearing a sparkling white fugu. Please see him. 5,000. We had 58,000. That's good. Any more hands up? Just raise your hands. I'll come to you. I'll come up to you and let's support the author. We have 58,000 right now. Doing very well. Any offers of 10,000? Any offers of 5,000? I'll be happy. Okay, the books are getting the mix. More hands in the air. 5,000s. We are at 58,000 right now. Let's try and get to 100. To 100. Any 3,000s in the house? Any 2,000s in the house? Yes, sir. Yes. MP for Sisala East. 2,000 cities, please. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Can we meet the MP, please? Give him 4 books and lots of souvenirs. Captain Akako. We have an MP right here. He's come with the cash. Shishishi. Thank you, sir. We had 60,000. 60,000. Only 40,000 away from the target. More 2,000s in the house. Any 3,000s? Any 5,000s?
Flag officer commanding 16 neighbor. 3,000.
Flag officer commanding Eastern Naval Command. Flag officer commanding Eastern Naval Command. 3,000 CDs. You're not buying, you're clapping. Give him the copies. 6 copies of the book, please. Give him 6 copies of the book. So we're at 63. We're doing well. We're doing well. We're around B now. We must get to A. We must get to A. All right, 63,000. Any more offers? 2,000s, 3,000, 5,000s, 10,000s. The options are there. Pick. Yes. You can come together and buy. 63. Thank you. Have you got your books? Can we have the Major General serve right now, please? Captain Akako. Major General. 6 books. Yeah. Who? Yes. Boss. Thank you, sir. Senior Pastor Ernest Ejay, opening prayer, Reverend Tete, and your lieutenants. 2,000 Ghana cedis. If you're not buying, you're clapping. The men of God have bought. What are you waiting for? We're at 65,000. Let's get 4 books. 4 books here, my people. 4 books. 4 books for the men of God. We're at 65. We're doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well. Awesome. Any more 2,000s? Any more 3,000s? Any more 5,000s? Any more 10,000s? Just raise your hand.
On behalf of Beverly Ranch Estate Developers, 3,000.
On behalf of Beverly Ranch Estate Developers, 1,000 Ghana cedis. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Thank you. All right, we're at 68,000. 70 is like a B, right? 70 is a B in exams. In the military academy, is 70 a B? It's a B, right? It's an A. All right, we're at 68,000. Let's get to 70. Any 2,000s in the house? Any 3,000s in the house? Those of you who are raising your hand, careful. I think you.
3,000.
Lieutenant General Blay retired for CDS 3,000. Let's clap for Lieutenant General Blay retired. 3,000 to the Lieutenant General. We are 71. Good. I was born in 1971, so number for me 71. All right, there we go. Let's make sure the Lieutenant General gets his books. We're at 71,000. We need to get to 100. Otherwise, I don't close. All right. So where are we now? Any more hands? 2,000s in the house? Thousands? If there are any thousands, let us know. 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 3,000.
1,000.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Rear Admiral Faden.
Rear Admiral Faden.
Yes.
With a D.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Rear Admiral Faden, former chief of the naval staff, 1,000 Ghana cedis. If you're not buying, you're clapping. 2 books for former chief of the naval staff. We're at 72,000. 72,000. All right, here we go.
MP for Pro West.
Yes. Thank you very much. MP for Pro West, 1,000 cedis. 2 books. If you're not buying, you're clapping. If you're not buying, you're clapping. 2 books. MP for Pro West. MP for Pro West. MP for Pro West. Let's serve the MPs. Otherwise, so we're at 72,000 right now. Rear Admiral Ohini Kwapong, 1,000 cedis. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Right there. Rear Admiral in the beautiful suit. 2 books for the Rear Admiral Kwapong. We're at 73,000. 70. Please, my ushers, come with me. People are back. 73. Yes, sir. Oh, there's a ladies first. Ladies first. Ladies first. Former Chief of Staff, Kojo Impiening, 1,000 cedis. We are 74. 2 books here, Captain Akapo. Kaba Kaba Madokuku, right here. 2 books here for the former staff. We are 74. 1974 was when Ghana drove on the right? Yes. Honorable Kwabena Inkansa, DCE, Atiwa East, 1,000 cedis. 2 books. If you're not buying, you're clapping. 75. We've made 75. Thank you very much. ECOWAS was formed in 1975. Yes. Yes. Abankwa Asari. Oh, Edmark Director. Okay. Mr. Abankwa Asari, Director, Edmark International, 1,000 cedis. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Right here. 2 books. 1,000 is for 2 books. 76. We're doing well. Any more thousands in the house? Charlie, making money is not easy. It's not easy. You see the way man they sweat. But it could be. It's for a good cause. Right here. All right. Mr. Samuel 1,000 cedis. 77,000. That's where we are now. Mr. Samuel Amofa right here. In the nice wine outfit. Mr. Samuel Amofa, 1,000 cedis. 2 books. Another one here. All right. How much? Dr. Victor Abbey, classmate, classmate of the author, and also an author himself. 1,000 CDs. We're at 78. 78. Dr. Abe, please serve Dr. Abe 2 books. Any more thousands in the house? This place looks rich. Any more thousands? There's 1,000. That we are at 78,000. Yes, sir. Mr. Eddie Kusi Ankuma Irata Motos 3,000 Ghana CDs. Give him 6 books, please. We're at 81,000. 81,000. We're going to 100. Oh, don't forget. Director General Ipsu 1,000 CDs. 2 books. 2 books here. We're at 82. 82. 40 years ago in 1982, Black Stars won our last AFCON. We are at 82. Yes. So we are now at 82,000. Make sure Irata gets his books. Irata, has he got his books? 82,000. Thank you. All right. Yes, sir. Regular career course 43, 1,000. We are 83 now. And you are clapping. We are almost at the finish line. 17,000 left. We don't allow money to be untaken. Oh, there's money here to be taken now. Yes. 80,000. Okay, good. Let's get to 100 and we know we've done it. Yes, sir. Have you got your books? Can we have the books for the man in the smock, please? How much did you pledge? 5,000. We need 10 books here right now. 10 books. 10 books right here. Right now. We need 10 books here. If you're not buying, you're clapping. If you're enjoying the music, you are clapping. If you are proud of the author, you are clapping. Yes. Can we have 10 books here, please? With dispatch. 10 books. 10 books right here. The man is wearing a white smock. You can't miss it. Thank you. We're at 83,000. Any more? Any more offers? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. We are 17,000 away from the target. There you go. Give him his 10 books. Any 500s in the house? 500s. 500s. Let's do our 500s. 500s. Hello, sir. Mr. Dominic Amokwa, and the author was your junior in school. Yes. Your senior is supporting you, author. Lieutenant Colonel Nimako. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Can we have 1 book here? 1 book here for the senior of the author. 83,500. Yes. Can we have the money, please? Yes. Any more 500s in the house? 500 is coming. Boss. Any more 500s? 500s in the house? Thank you. Or 1,000 or 2,000. I'm happy. Retired ACP Nana Bediaku, 500 CDs. You're not buying, you're clapping. Please, let's have the book. 1 book here. 500, 1 book. Retired ACP Nana Bediaku. Let's move it quickly. Come on. Yes. Any more 500s in the house? Okay, let's bring another book right now. There's another 500 coming. Let's go. So we're at what? 84,000? Yes. It's a Kojo Ohiniche, 500 CDs. Let's have a book here. 84,500. Let's go. Any more 500s in the house? Any more 500s in the house? Yes. So we're at 84.5. 84.5. Yes, sir. Where's the... Yes, sir. Chief Superintendent Ohini Obinga Akosombo, Divisional Commander. You are a long way from home, but we're happy to have you here. Thank you very much. 500 CDs for him. Give him a book. We're at 85,000. Any more 500s? Any more 500s? Come on. Yeah, there's more here. Please, let the books come. Let the books come. 8,500. 85,000.
Samuel Jikunu.
Yes.
Is a friend to the author.
Okay.
Samuel is from UNHCR.
Okay.
Jikunu.
Yes. How much? How much? Okay.
500.
So this is from Samuel Jikunu of UNHCR Takrady. 500 Ghana CDs. Please let him have a book. So we're at 85.5. Any more? Any more 500s in the house? Any more 500s? Any more 500s? Okay, let's get a book. Let's get a book. Come on. 85.5. Yes, sir. Okay, how much, sir? Sam Abdallah, classmates, 500. If you're not buying, you're clapping. If you're not buying, you're clapping. Come on. 86,000. Come on. Any more? Any more 500s in the house? Any more 500s in the house? Please, feel free to me. Right there, Mr. It's a classmate. One book. Yes. How much? 1,000. Okay. Honorable Abuna Osei Asari, 1,000 CDs. You're not buying, you're clapping. 87,000 now. We're at 87,000. Tell her this mass no good, though. Mr. Fredako, Honorable Osei, she's gotten her books already. Yes, yes. And it's a 500 CDs here, Mr. Fred Darko. If you're not buying, you're clapping. 87,500. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Fred. Happy New Year. Any more 500s in the house? Yes, sir. Okay. Director Intelligence Training, 500 CDs. Not buying, you're clapping. We're at 88,000. Right there. Director Intelligence Training. Let's give him his copy. Any more in the house? Just raise your hands. 500. This is the Kwakwila. Any more in the house? We're at 88,000. Let's get to 90. If we can't get to 100, at least 90. 90 is an A star. 90 plus, right? A star. Let's get to 90,000 at least. You've done very well. This is a good audience. Not too many, but you don't need a lot of people to make a difference. You've been great so far. You've raised 88,000 for the author, and I'm very proud of all of you. Let's get to 90,000. Any house? 500,000. Ah, there's a hand. Where's the hand? I'm not seeing that. Right here. Okay, sir. The Honorable Samia Yaba Nkrumah, pledging 500 Ghana cedis. Let's clap for her. 88,500. Let's get to 90. Let's get to sad where we've gone wrong, but most importantly, what we can do to right the wrongs and become better and make an. If people could do it in the past, why can't 1,000? We're about to hit 90, which is. Yes, sir. And Kwama, can you see me right here? Okay. So are we done? We've got everything done. Okay. And we'll sign off. Let me go and ask permission from the author, and then we'll wrap up this program. 90,500 raised. Stick. Okay, so the last.
Mr. Chairman, senior military officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. I was at my office on 25th March 2021 when a young military officer came to see me with a soft copy of a prepared manuscript that he wants to have published. I was both taken aback and impressed that a soldier in every one of us is a story that is waiting to be read. We alone can tell our story, and the best way to tell our story is to put it in a book. Your story, my story, will impact our readers and change society. Having been impressed with Lieutenant Colonel's attempt to write, I refer his manuscript to the production manager for standard scrutiny in line with our publishing regulations. We at the Advent Press have our culture. Because we are a Seventh-day Adventist church, we do not publish just any material. The contents of what we publish must meet certain criteria. We are particularly conscious to maintain our reputation as a credible church institution. The work of Lieutenant Colonel Richard Nimako, a prospective author, passed the test, so the production department advised that we could accept his manuscript for publishing. The Advent Press will not publish a manuscript unless it has been edited by a reputed editor. I refer Lieutenant Colonel Nimako to our editor to improve the linguistic quality of the manuscript to enhance its readership and marketability. I am happy to say that through the collective effort of our production, editorial design, teams, this book has been the light of day. This beautiful book is a collaborative work of art by the art and the press, by the author and the press. Printing a book in Ghana is very expensive due to the high cost of materials. I am sad to say that many people bring their work to us for printing, but owing to the high cost involved, they go and do not return. However, we want to assure you that our charges are among the friendliest in the country. As a church press, service, not profit, is the main purpose of our work. Even this notwithstanding, our warehouse has finished books whose authors have failed to collect due to their inability to raise the fees charged them. In that vein, for Lieutenant Colonel Nimako's book, a full-color hardcover binding book of 288 pages with a dust jacket and a marker, the price of 100 Ghana cedis per copy, that he has decided as the selling price is very reasonable. We discussed with him to top up the price by a few cedis so that he recovers printing costs quicker, but he says he wants to make it very affordable for people to get copies, to read, and to know what he has for the world. Based on this, I urge all of you present to buy copies for yourself and your loved ones. I end my wishes of all you a happy new year. Our doors are wide open to receive you. If you want to discuss your printing publishing project with us, you are welcome. Mr. Chairman, thank you. And thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Kingsley Osei.
Okay. Who is going to do the acknowledgement of the guests? Will you do it? Which one? The guests.
Thank you very much, Pastor, for your remarks. And the book is available in various places. I've seen, I think I'll just descend and let you know the book is available. It's Kingdom Books, EPP Books, Book Nooks, Advent Press, and Nkrumah Memorial Park, Du Bois Center. Even in the Gambia, you can get a copy of the book. If you open your program, the outlets where you can find the book, I'll show you. It's on page 6. So Amazon, it's there, the soft copies. Timbuktu Bookshop, Fajara in Banjul, Gambia. Vidya Bookstore, Osu, Kingdom Books, and various outlets. Captain Akakpo will now acknowledge the presence of all of the guests before we bring on Lieutenant Colonel Nimako.
The book is also on Amazon. Yes, I thought.
distinguished invited guests, thank you very much for the opportunity to acknowledge the presence of some very important personalities here present with us today. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Penny Nkansa, the District Chief Executive, Etiwa East. We also have Honorable Amidou Chinai Isaku, MP for Sisala East and Deputy Minister for Water and Sanitation. We acknowledge the presence of Honorable Stephen Jalula, MP for Pru West and Deputy Minister for Roads, representing Honorable Kwesi Amakwata. We acknowledge the presence of Professor Bafo Ajiman Dua from Kufuor Foundation. I also acknowledge the presence of the Chief of the Defense Staff, Vice Admiral Seth Amwama, Chief of the Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Isa Adam Yakubu, Chief of Staff at the General Headquarters, Major General Nicholas Peter Ando. I also acknowledge the presence of the Commandant Military Academy and Training Schools, Major General Awiti. I also acknowledge the presence of the Chief Defense Intelligence, Brigadier General Nsia Yeboah. Permit me to also acknowledge the presence of some retired senior officers in our presence, in the person of Lieutenant General Augustine Peter Blay, retired, former Chief of the Defense Staff. Rear Admiral Benjamin Ohini Kwapon, retired, former Chief of the Naval Staff. Rear Admiral Fedu, former Chief of the Naval Staff. I also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Ture Ibrahima Khalil, Consul Guinea Embassy, representing the Guinean Ambassador. I acknowledge the presence of Colonel Udidargo Soudu, Defense Attaché Burkina Faso, representing the Ambassador. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. May I please invite Lieutenant Colonel Richard Danso Nimako for acknowledgement and vote of thanks. With a round of applause, please let's welcome Lieutenant Colonel Nimako.
Thank you very much, Captain Edward Akakpo. Everything that has a beginning has an end. So also soon, we are drawing closer to the end of this eventful launching of such a great book. I therefore have to climax the occasion by acknowledging and thanking you for honoring the launching by coming in your numbers. Due to the difficulties in locating people, some of you had a very short notice of invitation to come. Yet, you have been able to honor the invitation. This is very gratifying. I'm very grateful to you all for coming to make this launching very memorable. My sincere thanks go to the members of the diplomatic corps, notably those from the embassies of Guinea, Conakry, and Burkina Faso, for making time out of their busy schedules to be here, and more especially honoring this invitation just soon after their Christmas breaks, when I believe some of them are still recovering from the effects of long flight hours after returning from the Christmas break from their home countries. to our honorable ministers of state, notably Honorable Chinia Isaku, who is also the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, I say thank you for coming. Your coming confirms your interest in promoting literary works in Ghana. Same goes to the Minister of Rose, Honorable Amuakwata, and the Deputy Minister of Finance, Honorable Abna Osei Asare, for sending their representatives here. They are as well the members of Parliament of my native region of Etiwa. They were bent on coming themselves, but at the very last minute, they had to go to Kwao for a retreat, and they had to send their. I thank all the great men and women who came from various backgrounds to honor this occasion, notably Honorable Kojo Impieni, former Chief of Staff at the Presidency, and also Honorable Madam Samia Nkrumah, former Member of Parliament for Jomro, and the daughter of Ghana's first President, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, for being represented here to fulfill her father's desire of bringing dignity to the black race, something he fought for all his life. I'm grateful once again to some retired, very senior military officers who I have been privileged to go close to. They are Lieutenant General Peter Augustine Blay, former Chief of the Defense Staff, Rear Admiral Benjamin Ohene Kwapon, and Rear Admiral Kofi Fedu, both former Chiefs of Naval Staff. Sir, I'm humbled by your presence here, and please thank you very much for doing me this honor. I thank all our very senior military officers who came to make the launching colorful in spite of their very busy schedules. I'm also deeply honored by your presence, sir. My gratitude again goes to the Advent Press, Accra, for coming out with such a beautiful end state of the book. I thank particularly my editor and the organizer for this launching, Adventist Elder Isaac Elku. Please, you can get up for us to see you. And his team for their contribution towards the successful publishing of this book and also organizing this launching. They have done so much for making this book what it is. I will lastly thank all the members of the various organizations who came to add more color to this launching, notably the Ringway Assemblies of God Church. That is my church. Please, you can get up. You can stand up for us to see you. Thank you very much. The Rima Prayer Group. Thank you. That's my prayer group. The Pan-African Writers Association. The Ghana Association of Writers. The Du Bois Center. Then fellow military officers, and more especially my intake mate, RCC 43, SSC, and SC 42. And all those I could not mention due to time constraint. Thank you very much, and I wish you a safe journey back to your homes and offices. May God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel Nimako, our author. I'll now call on Chief Imam of the Ghana Armed Forces for the closing prayer. Let's welcome Major N.A. Mohammed.
Praise be to the Almighty, who says in Quran chapter 96, the first 5 verses, that read in the name of Guardian Lord who created man from a clinging cloth. Read, and your Lord is most bountiful, who taught man by the use of pen, taught man which he knew not. We thank you, O Lord, for gracing this occasion of book launch and making it a success. We pray that you bless and replenish every packet for buying this book, and grant wisdom for those who read it, and grant more wisdom for the author to write more. And may your blessings continue to dwell upon us now and forevermore. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Amen. Thank you very much, Major Mohammed. Brings us to the end of our event. We'd like to also acknowledge especially the wife of the author, Mrs. Elizabeth Nimako. Let's acknowledge her. A big round of applause. And to let you know that the copies of the book are available as we go for refreshment for 100 Ghana cedis at the desk. And we're now retiring to the Obi Aqua Matambo for refreshments. Please stay with us if you can. We'll be happy to have you and get to meet the author. Take some selfies. I know officers take selfies too. Take some selfies, get some autographs, enjoy some refreshments, and know that the book has been duly launched. We thank you for your attendance and your cooperation, and wish you a safe journey to your destinations. My name is Kafui Day. It's been a pleasure doing this with Captain Akakbo and the rest of the team. Akwenami, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Can we have some good music, please?